Hello and welcome to this episode of Would You Rather? I'm davidinark. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and we are here to answer some of life's most pressing questions, like this one. Would you rather use a touch screen on all your devices or use a mouse and keyboard on all your devices? And I'm going to try something a little different now that I'm sitting here thinking about this. I'm going to move over here because I think that will actually be correct orientation for what I'm looking at, so that if I point over here, that should be pointing the right way, I hope. If not, we'll figure it out. Anyway, back to the question. Okay, would I rather use a touch screen on all my devices or use a mouse and keyboard on all my devices? So that's the key phrase, right? All of your devices. As you're well aware, I'm very much a keyboard and mouse gamer. But if I had a touch screen for everything, which I don't know how people do that. You know, they've got like those all-in-ones with the touch screen, and people game on those. I don't see how you do that, man. I mean, I guess you probably just, pull out a controller, use a controller instead of using the touch screen for that scenario, I'm guessing. I don't know. Look, if you've got one of those touch screen kind of all-in-one deals, let me know in the comment section below how you game on that thing. But anyway, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Okay. I would actually prefer a touch screen on all my devices versus a keyboard and mouse. And I can't believe I'm even saying that, because in fact, I'll be honest, I've got an iPad somewhere, no idea where it even is. It's, I don't know, around here somewhere. I can't stand typing on it because I don't know where the keys are. I have to feel the keys. But having said that, I've got phone, I do have iPad, I have other tablets, I have other devices. I do have a touch screen laptop that I have access to. I don't really use it that much, but I would actually rather have a touch screen on all my devices versus using a mouse and keyboard on all my devices. Can you imagine trying to use a mouse and keyboard on something like an Android tablet or on an iPad or on your phone, for crying out loud? How would you use a keyboard and mouse? No. Touch screen. Let's keep up with 2018 and then some. So there you go. Most folks agree. Yes, let's use a touch screen. All right, next, would you rather be part of a real Jurassic Park scenario or be part of a real Day After Tomorrow scenario? Wow. Okay, so Jurassic Park, dinosaurs come back to life. Okay, I know, loose summarization, but close enough. Day After Tomorrow scenario is one of those like end of the world apocalypse. The world is coming to an end, and can you survive in order to make it through the catastrophe that has befallen upon the world? Personally, I think I would rather be part of a Day After Tomorrow type scenario than a Jurassic Park scenario. I don't know. I know this sounds so stupid. This is going to sound so dumb. But the Day After Tomorrow scenario, to me, is much more realistic. I mean, there's much more of a chance of some meteor or something crashing into Earth than dinosaurs coming back to life to eat us. I don't know. Now, of course, the real question is, would I actually survive either of those scenarios? No. Look, I'm an old fat man. I'm going down, dude. It's the same thing with like zombies. If there's a zombie apocalypse, I'm either going to become a zombie or I'm going to be eaten by a zombie. That's how it is. I can accept that fate. I'm all right with that. Sure, I'll fight them off for a while, but in the back of my head, I know it's not going to last long. Survival of the fittest, I'm not. So, just going to throw that out there, and it's okay. You don't have to worry. Don't have to be freaked out. I've accepted that should there be a zombie apocalypse, I understand my fate and my role in that. similar to these scenarios here. Regardless of which one, I have a pretty good idea what's going to happen to me should I be in that type of situation. But I'm going to go with be a part of day after tomorrow scenario. I figured most people would pick Jurassic Park. I think it's a combination of people like the idea of dinosaurs being around and the at least theory that you could wipe out the dinosaurs that were brought back to life, so therefore, survive and continue mankind, all that kind of good stuff. I don't know. I would just rather be part of the day after tomorrow scenario where you are having to fight man possibly, but a lot of it is just trying to survive the craziness happening around you, which, I wouldn't, right? Okay, so if you had to choose a superpower, would you rather have night vision or a heightened sense of smell and hearing? So would I rather be able to see at night or be able to smell and hear things like better than anybody else? Which one would probably come in handy the most? Truthfully, for me, I would think that having a heightened sense of smell and hearing would be extremely beneficial. Then again, it could be a pain in the butt. I guess it depends on how much control you have over it. If I just have a heightened sense of hearing, but I can hear everything all at the same time and I can't necessarily focus on any one thing, that would just be like all these voices going on and or whatever other noises there were. I don't know. I'm thinking about, especially like even sitting here, I don't know if you can hear it or not. You might be able to hear if I'm quiet. Right, so there's a couple of noises going on. There's a ceiling fan on above me. I've got lights that are sort of buzzing maybe, but there's the computer fan going on. There's already these different noises that are happening. So I can't imagine if that was heightened and I was listening to it all the time. Night vision would come in handy because at this point, for me, especially like driving at night and that kind of stuff is kind of a pain in the butt, but I don't know. I think it'd be cool to be able to see, it's pitch black outside. I could see with night vision and it would be, I could just see everything like night vision goggles. Now that is the other side of this. If I had heightened senses in smell and hearing, and then I put night vision goggles on, do I get both? I mean, is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know if that's an option or not. So I'm just going to pretend that's not an option and I have to pick one or the other. And I'm going to go with night vision, as most folks seem to agree with that. I just think it would be cool to be able to look into absolute darkness and see what's out there, what's happening, be aware of the surroundings. I don't know. I think that would be very cool. So that's my answer. There you go. All right. Would you rather be an only child or have one parent? Okay. This is interesting. There's probably a lot of you out there that fit either or category. You're already only an only child, or you may only have one parent. And then there's probably a bunch of you that are both. You are an only child with one parent. So, I would like to hear your take on that. I really would. If you are an only child and you only have one parent, and I don't mean only negatively, I'm just saying, if you are an only child and you have one parent, which would you rather have? Would you rather have a sibling, or would you rather have another parent helping take care of you and each other and all the stuff that is supposed to go with having two parents? As for me, I've got a brother. I've got a younger brother, so I'm not an only child. And my dad passed away back in 2007. So that's, like 11 years ago, or almost. It's almost 11 years. It will be here in a couple of weeks. But so technically speaking, I have one parent at this point. I think if I had to pick one of these, I think I would prefer to only to have one parent than to be an only child, because I grew up with a brother. So I can't imagine, I can't imagine growing up and living life, and even today I can't imagine life without having a brother. So I can't wrap my brain around that, especially compared to having one parent, which now I've had only one parent for, like I said, almost 11 years. So I would say one parent. Wow, most people would rather be an only child and have multiple parents. That's very interesting. That really is. That to me, that says a whole lot in terms of that, at least in my thinking as to some of the reasoning here. They would rather be an only child with two parents than to be a sibling with one parent. And there's something to be said for that. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about these results? I'd like to know that down in the comment section below, because I don't know. That's a very interesting take on things. All right. So would you rather have supernatural agility or have supernatural strength and intelligence? So would I rather be agile or strong and smart? Agility would be kind of cool, because I'm assuming agility would be like climbing, jumping, you'd be like kind of like a parkour expert, which I think would be pretty cool. That'd be fun to have. I don't know how practical it is. I don't know. As opposed to strength and intelligence, from a practical standpoint, I would much rather be strong and smart than be able to leap around, because how many times, can you think of a situation where, especially with the strength side, where, if you could pick up a car and move it out of the way, or you could, whatever it is, lift something heavy and get it out of the way, or hold something open that's about to crush someone or something. I would much rather have supernatural strength and intelligence, because I think that would be much more useful, at least in the way I'm playing out certain scenarios in my head. So I don't know. What do you think? Look at there. 79% of the folks who respond to this also agree. What do you think? Which one would you rather have? Especially if you'd rather have agility. I want to hear about that. Leave that down in the comments and tell me why and how you would use that. How would your supernatural agility come into play? I'm curious. I think that'd be cool. I don't know. That's all right, man. Okay. So, okay. Would you rather only dance the Charleston or only dance the Macarena? Look. Okay, so if you're not familiar, the Charleston is what most people probably associate with swing dancing. You got a lot of leg kicks, you got a lot of arm movements. The Macarena is, okay. I'm going to do Charleston, because I would not want to have to do the Macarena only for the rest of my life. No, do the Charleston. Lots of people would rather do the Macarena. More power to you. Not this kid, man. Not even close. Okay. Wow. Would you rather brutally assault a police officer or brutally assault a well-known gang member? Are there people who are seriously picking police officer here? I guess with the way things are today, yes, probably people are, but this is a no-brainer for me. I'd much rather not brutally assault anyone, but if I had to do one, I would much rather do a well-known gang member than a police officer. Yeah, I'm not. I was just brought up differently, and in the circumstance in which police officers in my life have always been a positive thing, I totally understand that that is not the case for a whole lot of people. I really do. I totally get it. But I just, I don't know. For me, I can't fathom assaulting a police officer, especially when the choice is against a well-known gang member. Now, having said that, in my much earlier years, I have known gang members, and you know, it's not it's not an easy life, which that may sound stupid and obvious and kind of no duh, but I mean, it is a very, very hard life to be a member of a gang. And although some of the things that are done as part of the gang are absolutely horrific, there are also a lot of things that are done that aren't good. They're definitely bad, but it's a matter of, frankly, survival. And I really hadn't thought, wow, I've not thought of those years in a long, long time. And I would truly love to know what some of those folks that I knew are doing now. Wow, I really hadn't thought about that. Sorry about that. My brain is going back to, like I said, I was much younger, and wow, I hadn't thought of those guys in a long time, and I truly hope that, first of all, that they're still alive, and second of all, that their situation improved to where they weren't having to fight to live, literally fight to live, just about every day. Yeah, that doesn't make me want to change my answer, but that actually ended up being way harder than I thought it would be. Huh. Okay. So, moving on, would you rather have every commercial be an annoying Geico ad for the rest of your life, or have every commercial be a Verizon Can You Hear Me Now ad for the rest of your life? And I'm pretty sure we've had this one maybe a couple of episodes ago. It may have been longer than that. I don't know. We've been doing this a long time. And I can't honestly remember which one I picked at the time. As it sits right now, I am going to choose every commercial be an annoying Geico ad, because here's the thing. The Verizon Can You Hear Me Now is pretty much like a one-liner. It's always that. Geico actually has multiple ad campaigns. You know, they have the Gecko. They have, I can't remember now. But anyway, they have multiple ad campaigns. So even though it would be an annoying Geico ad, theoretically, it would not be the exact same Geico ad every single time. So I'm going with the Geico ad. And I just realized I'm not signed into either or, so that could be part of the reason why I'm seeing some of the same things. Let me, we're close to being done. We'll just call this. All right. So for the last question of the day, I love when I catch a glance of what the questions are, because, oh my gosh. Okay. Would you rather be a vampire who can transform into a bat? That's pretty standard. Or be a ghost that can only possess appliances? So you can be a vampire who transforms into a bat, which again is kind of the way, at least according to lore, how vampires work. Or you can be a ghost, but you can only possess appliances. Do you know how much fun that would be? I'm going to pick that one. I would rather be a ghost that could only possess appliances and drive people crazy with, I don't know what, blenders and mixers and I don't know, washing machines and microwaves. That would be hilarious. I'm going with that one. I'd rather be a ghost that can possess appliances. So there you go. Most other people disagree. They'd rather be a vampire that can transform into a bat. Hey, let me know down in the comments section, which of you'd rather be, a vampire or a ghost? I like the ghost idea, possessing appliances. That's just me. So there you go. Anyhow, that's going to end today's episode of Would You Rather. Leave your comments down below. I want to know what your thoughts are on any or all of the choices that we had here today. I want to hear what you've got to say about it. What's running through your mind? What are you thinking? And along those same lines, if you've got any other questions, problems, horror stories, suggestions, put those down in the comments section as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Would You Rather.